Today I'm making baked vegan broccoli croquettes. I love these because they make great snacks, but they're a fast, easy, delicious dinner. Now, I used to eat these rice balls that were like rice with vegan cheese in them, and I love those. And I just adapted this recipe to be like that by steaming the broccoli and adding it in there and shaping them in little logs. But I think you guys are gonna love these. I'm using vegan cheese because the melting of the cheese helps sticks it together, since we're not gonna be frying them or adding any eggs like the traditional croquettes. But you could just do the flax egg and use nutritional yeast if you like to, but the traditional vegan cheese really helps it taste extra delicious and stick together. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our flax seed that I ground up into our water. Okay, now while that's sitting, we are going to add our broccoli in here. Normally, I use a bigger head of broccoli, a crown, but this one was a rather small one. That's all I have. But whatever it makes, it makes. Just go by however much broccoli you have. Now you're going to steam those until they're really soft, because you want to be able to break them up and get them soft. And then we're going to mix in all our ingredients and we're going to bake them in the oven. I'm going to go preheat that oven right now. They're looking good, just a little bit longer because I want them soft enough to mash. That's probably going to be around 7 minutes, but just watch them and check them. You can see how the flax has thickened, and this is going to be our egg replacement. That's looking good. You see, that's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to break it up. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. Okay, now let's add them to our pot. Let's get those mashed up. Best would be to put these in the food processor because you want to get them in small pieces, but I really don't want to clean that machine. Once it cools off, I can do it with my hands. And I'm going to add the miso in there because I need it to melt while that's hot. So now let's add the cheese. I want to use my hands. I hope it's not too hot, but I really want to use my hands. With your hands, you can break that broccoli up. Now it's perfect. It's not too hot. It'll allow me to squeeze it together. You can already see there's moisture in there. I haven't added the flaxseed yet, but there's moisture in there that would allow you to hold it together. So that's great. And then we're going to do some spices. I'm just going to put some onion powder and a little bit of thyme, and mostly it's salt and pepper. So let's do a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper, and now let's do our rice. Now it's time to taste it to see if you need any salt or pepper. Wow, excellent. Now we're going to add our flaxseed. I'm going to put that much in first and see how that feels. I think that's enough. I don't need any more. That's good. I like that right there. I'm not going to add the rest. Okay, now we're going to shape them. You can do it with your hands. I'm going to try the first one with a spoon and see how it works. Okay, so you take a big spoonful. So that made 19, and I only used a small crown of broccoli. That's fantastic. I'm gonna give it a little spritz with olive oil Don't really need to do that, but I'm hoping to get a little brown on top. And since I used vegan cheese inside, it's not oil-free. But if you use nutritional yeast, then don't do this, and then it's an oil-free recipe. In the oven they go. They are done. So you could broil these and make them a little more brown, but you can't see it, but they are crispy on the top. So I thought it was good. And you can see the bottom has some crispy edges, so it's going to be really nice with the texture, kind of crispy on the top and bottom and soft and melty, cheesy in the inside. I can't wait. And you guys can eat them just like this. It'd be beautiful on a bed of arugula with just some white wine vinaigrette and some olive oil, and then just lay these on the top, or you could do them with a bunch of other veggies. You could shape these into patties. You can make them into rice balls, however you want. They're good just as a snack or for lunch or however you like. But we're just gonna eat them like this for the taste test. Wow. That is so good. That is really flavorful. The spices in there, it's amazing how aromatic and delicious those spices are. I taste the thyme a lot. It's really good. Fantastic. And I use the short grain sprouted brown rice because the short grain's a little stickier, and when you want to make something that binds together, the short grain is better, but use whatever you have. And if you make your rice at home, then make it a little bit on the wet side, not too dry, because you want it to help bind together. But that flax egg, you don't taste it, and it does a great job. Wow. That's amazing. That is delicious. That's one of the reasons I used to love these rice balls, because the outside has this kind of chewiness that once it gets cooked, almost like little crusty bits. And then in the inside, it was like melted cheese. This reminds me so much. And honestly, you guys, if your moms and your kids don't like broccoli, hide it in here. It's really good. You can't really taste it. I put that mozzarella cheese in there. Wow. They will love it. Fantastic. So good. All right, you guys, try these. They're so good. And thanks again for subscribing. I so appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Look who's here. You're gonna taste test, and it's not a dessert, it's a vegetable. Well,
oh boy.
It's a vegetable with rice, your favorite.
Well, that's good. What's the vegetable? Broccoli?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.